Some families look perfect on camera. Smiling faces, matching outfits, everyone polite and talented. The kind of family you assume nothing bad could ever happen to. Reality TV loves families like that. Wholesome, religious, musical, tight-knit. The American dream wrapped in a neat little package. But sometimes the tighter a family looks from the outside, the more pressure is building inside. And pressure doesn't disappear, it waits. Because when control replaces freedom, something eventually breaks. And when it breaks, it's never quiet. This is the story of the Stockdale family, a bluegrass band from rural Ohio who once performed on national television. Years later, their home would become a crime scene. Back in the 2000s, ABC's Wife Swap was one of the biggest reality shows in America. Two completely different families would trade lives for 2 weeks. The goal was simple. Culture shock, different rules, different parenting styles, and lots of drama. Viewers loved watching strict families clash with relaxed ones. Producers wanted something specific for one episode. A deeply religious, old-fashioned, homeschooled family with strong values. They found exactly what they were looking for in the Stockdales. A farm family living quietly in the countryside, far away from the modern world. There was Tim, the father, Kathy, the mother, and their 4 sons, Calvin, Charles, Jacob, and James. They didn't watch TV. They didn't play video games. They didn't date or hang out with friends. Almost every outside influence was banned. The boys were homeschooled, so their mother could control their education completely. Kathy believed the world was dangerous and corrupting. Every minute of their day had structure. Wake up, study, work, practice music, repeat. Fun wasn't encouraged, it was suspicious. Even small things had rules. If you were late to breakfast, you paid a fine. If you wanted privileges, you earned tokens through chores. Nothing was casual. Nothing was spontaneous. Childhood wasn't free. It was scheduled like a job. But there was one thing the family loved. Music. All 4 boys played instruments with their dad. Together they formed a bluegrass gospel band that performed across Ohio. On stage, they looked happy, harmonizing voices, matching outfits, smiling for the crowd. They even released albums. To outsiders, they seemed wholesome, disciplined, talented. A perfect Christian family band. Then Wife Swap happened. Another mother entered the home and tried loosening the rules. She offered simple freedoms, television, games, normal teenage stuff. But something strange happened. One of the boys ran outside crying. Not excited, not relieved, terrified. Because he believed breaking his parents' rules meant he'd burn in hell. That boy was Jacob. The moment felt small at the time, just an awkward reality TV scene. But years later, it would feel like a warning sign everyone missed. After the show, life went back to normal. The band kept performing. The family kept smiling. Nothing seemed wrong. The older brothers slowly moved out to start their own lives. Jobs, college, independence. But Jacob stayed close to home. Quiet, reserved, still deeply tied to the family system he grew up in. Nearly a decade passed without incident. No police visits, no reports, no drama, just music and farm life. Then one afternoon, everything changed. Police received a strange 911 call from the Stockdale house. No voice, just silence. Then the line went dead. Minutes later, neighbors reported hearing gunshots. Not 1 or 2, but many. When officers arrived, the front door was open. The house was still, unnaturally still. Then they heard one last gunshot from inside. Upstairs, they found Kathy, shot, dead. Nearby, they found James, the youngest brother, shot. Dead, and on the floor, barely alive, was Jacob. A shotgun beside him and a self-inflicted wound to his head. Police quickly realized what happened. Jacob had shot his mother. Then his brother. 10. Himself. The same quiet boy from reality TV. The same boy terrified of breaking rules. Now the only suspect in a double murder. The town couldn't believe it. This wasn't a violent family. Police had never even been called to that house before. From the outside, they were perfect, but something had clearly been wrong for a long time. Jacob survived, but barely. Multiple surgeries. Brain damage. Metal fragments still lodged in his skull. He lost vision in one eye and spent over a year in hospitals and psychiatric facilities recovering. When questioned, he barely spoke. Sometimes he wouldn't respond at all, just stared blankly at the floor. Doctors debated whether he was sane. His memory was fractured. His behavior unpredictable. Years of delays followed. Evaluations, hospitals, court hearings, postponed trials. Finally, Jacob entered a guilty plea. No long explanation, no detailed confession. Just guilty. The judge sentenced him to 30 years to life in prison. 2 lives taken, 1 life effectively over. And still, no one truly understands why. Was it mental illness? Years of isolation? Extreme control? Or something deeper that no one saw? The only person who knows the full truth is Jacob. And whatever happened that day may be lost forever. The Stockdales once stood together on stage, singing in perfect harmony, a family that looked unbreakable. Now, 2 are buried. 1 is in prison, and the rest are left trying to make sense of the impossible. Because sometimes the most dangerous homes aren't chaotic or loud. They're quiet, controlled, perfect. And by the time anyone realizes something is wrong, it's already too late.